All right, y'all. Let's dive into this SensorNets project. I kind of forget where we left off. So I think the first thing is I'm just going to run this example that I made and see what's going on. So these nodes are starting up. We have a root and then nodes around it will hear a heartbeat and then, okay, so this is our first cluster head that gets made. So we'll make another one. And then they keep sending join requests. So the initial, okay, let's go to the Scratchpad. Create packet gets in the way of customization. Okay, I don't fully, I get what that means, but I don't see the point. Okay, so 68, 69, these are all sending join requests. I'm assuming to 78. And then 78 can't pipe this through to the root. Okay, so initial clusters form correctly. Second gen clusters fail to form. Indefinite indefinite join requests. Okay. Now, what are our possible? Oh, let's get the music going. Okay. So my first thinking is there need to be some factors to like narrow the scope on this issue. So the first thing I can think of is let's go use cases. First thing I can think of is, or I guess use cases isn't the right word, but events that might have issues. So this kind of narrows our debugging scope. It's kind of the whole point of these sanity checks in the first place, is we can kind of go down the list and then find our problem. So my first thinking is if this flow is a new node sends a join request to registered node that is connected to a cluster. Where I think the issue is the I think one of the issues is that the registered node isn't forwarding the packet, the join request. Another one can be that the cluster head doesn't forward to root. Because my thinking on this is because on receive, these are kind of looped together. Has these somewhat looped together. Or routing in whole could be bugged. So I think biggest one to check off the list is routing in whole could be bugged, because that would be a huge issue. So let's go to our example. And let's go to our routing. We can get rid of all this. So if our role is not root, our next hop is our parent. This is kind of default case send up. Then direct delivery. If dest node ID is in our neighbor table, or packet dest. So okay, or it's in the members table. This is our direct delivery. So yes, this, I think this works correctly. All this makes sense. And then 2, this is our check to, if our cluster head address is not none, if destination node ID equals if it's going to a cluster head. This is route to CH. And then this is cluster head routing, else for child ID and child networks in the child networks table, we send it back down. Ooh. I don't think, okay. Send back down. So, one to do here is add one hop routing. That's a big to do. I actually needed to deliver that to my professor by what day? Tuesday. So let's look at our member table. Let's see if this child network table is even getting populated. Uh-oh. Okay. So that's immediately our problem, is we aren't updating. Okay. So what do I even add here? What just happened? I never know you could do that. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's awesome. I was trying to bold in text with Control B. Anyways. Okay. Routing a hole could be bug. Sending down the chain doesn't happen because our child networks tables never populate. That's a doozy. And we can confirm this by seeing if in that state that we saw, that self.log join request. And then, so we should see it here. Send netid request. Oh, yes. I was confused for a second. Then I think we should do the same thing here. That's probably breaking this. Send join reply. Would we send it or would we route it? Oh, it's routing forward. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, wait. Join request, reg. Okay. What we want is our netID request. Is send join reply routing? Okay. So let's look. What I want to see is join request reg popping up, and then I'm just gonna wait for this to get a little bit more stable. Okay. So the registered node is seeing the join request. I put I'm stupid. NetID request. And then, just because I want to keep these similar, I think I kind of have to look at the tree code here and how they're updating the child network. Okay. Yeah, so we need this, and I'm fine copying this because what does child networks.extend do? We'll keep it like this for now. But yeah. Okay, yeah, so now we're getting a mix of join requests from the register and the netID request. And we're seeing, okay, cool. So that's what we should be seeing. What does .extend do? Child networks, child networks. Adds all items from networks to child. Okay. So yeah, we'll add that here. And then we'll need to change message type. How is network request working? Hold on. I think before, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I think before we do anything, we make sure. Oh no. Yeah, let's just Command Z everything. How is this working? Hang on. Send network request. Okay. um Oh, this. Oh no. Ah, get status. Oh, this can be so annoying. Okay, get diff, WSN lab, data collection tree. That was really stupid. Oh, I didn't save any of that. Okay, wait, hang on. Let's do it again. Okay. Here, we're using message type for everything. We need to add here. Send network update. Message type. And we're not doing GUI because I don't like it. What is it? Unique ID? The rest looks good. Let's self.log child networks self.log. There we go. Okay. Let's see how this changes and or breaks behavior. Well, actually, I don't think this will break behavior at all. Because we're not calling send network update unless join reply. Oh. Wait. Yes, we want that. And then is that the one that we just replaced with? Hang on. I think there was one that we just kind of replaced with. Yeah, this one. We want it to be a type network update. Okay. Okay. Here we go. this should have us at a similar state, assuming everything else is fine. Oh, valid. Valid point. So we're just trying to confirm that this fixes the down routing aspect. We want one of these to become a cluster. Good. Huh. Man. I don't see anywhere we're saying, hang on, join request, reg, send net ID request, send net ID request, does a route and forward package for that register, for that registered package. Why are we breaking? Oh. This is not the best idea, but self dot log routing packet. So if next hop, we don't have next hop logic. We have no next hop logic. Yeah. Okay, forwards message is let's do this by ourselves. This is super simple. So this should be from cluster heads and root. Here it is. Oh no, we have it. Oh, it's my worst nightmare. Okay. Also, I don't think that's ever sent. Hang on. Okay. Okay, we are getting... Oh, jeez. Alright. Alright, we'll stop it there. We are getting child networks. Okay. Oh, jeez. Why did I do that? Okay, we have to make sure everything does... These should default to the same, but... This makes no sense to do it this way. It's just for organization. We'll do it here. Ah, damn it. I forget the name. Network update. I'm assuming we have some of these that we have not put into the list we're populating, or the dictionary we're populating. So, I think some of these are bugged. Let's go to network update. Okay. First one, message types. Really wish it didn't default to giving me 2 of those. If netid response isn't in here, we might be cooked. I think they'll default to the same thing. I really don't think it's that big of a deal because we're passing them through anyways. Okay, so we have that one. Packet unique ID, we have all those. Let's self.log routing. And I think we can comment that. What we want are these. Yeah, everything else looks okay. I kind of can't stand this like coming online block. Sorry. Okay. I just want to see logging behavior. Okay. Okay. Now this is where we try and diagnose the problem. So we're getting routing packets after these join requests are being sent. Let's find that logging message, sending join request, and it should be in the unregistered. How do we populate the candidates parent table again? And then where are we calling update neighbor? So, okay, this is actually a great point. I think it's still a routing down issue. Wait, I'm stupid. Okay. Oh. Oh, so the routing is failing. Hang on. Okay. If next hop in packet I remember writing that. It was the same thinking I did. Oh my gosh. I think we'll now be fine. I'm really hoping to see it from 28. Oh, come on. Okay. I was really hoping that would work. Let's look at the packet. And then, just as a quick sanity, if I take a screenshot of this, can I paste it into the text file? I know it's on my clipboard, but I can't paste it. Paste. Damn. Okay. Okay. Let's take a photo of this, and then we can bring it up here. And then when we exit out so we can actually analyze this, we can get out of here, ChatGPT. All right. So we have a routing packet from node 42. And we're going to our cluster head. Our source is 1, 0. Makes sense? Next hop is none. Next hop is none. But a join request, should that be going? Okay, hang on. We have a join request being sent. So then we send a netID request. Let's look for netID request. Okay. And we want to send that to our root address. But our dest, hang on. Maybe for one, let's make sure this is correct. Because this would hopefully be an easy fix if this isn't the case, but whoa. Okay. I think I found our problem. Our root address. Let's see everywhere that root address gets updated. I should have looked at the topology. Oh, man, today was long. Snacking on gummy clusters. Too good. Are you kidding me? Okay. So this is not unheard of. Do we have in here is not none? Okay. Would we know the next hop as the original sender? I'm thinking that is not none is fucking us. So I need to get Vim. We'll have that going in another stream or recording. These are in streams. Oh, wait, I can do. Oh, that's not what I am so used to Vim. I'm at a loss. All right. Let's see if this runs. Because our next hop is always none. I'm worried. $68 is sending. Oh. So on those, we should probably figure out why when we send a net ID request, we need a next hop that isn't being applied. So let's go through the chain. For this node, 68, self.roll does not equal root. Are we not appending the... So my thinking is this isn't correctly, our neighbors table isn't being populated correctly. And I get that we're just adding a ton of printouts, but it's Python and I really don't know what else to do. No back support. I get like, I can feel my traps getting stronger. Oh. That's a lot of nodes joining. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. No, these are all. I was like, wait, we got there. Okay, node 38. Makes sense. This one we might need a capture of. Whoa! Okay. And we'll close out of that. Okay. I want this node 38. I don't think we ever set the parent. Yeah, before we do all that, CH address. Because what's in the join reply? Wait, hang on. If we're registered and we hear a heartbeat, we're not doing anything. No duh, this doesn't work. For the sake of time, unfortunately, I am going to look at the source code for this, because this has to exist. Yep. I did think it was that. My intuition. Oh, damn it. Okay. And let's just make sure update neighbor works correctly. Is that, okay, it's the same. I was worried. Alright. Oh. I like that more. See, this is when copying the code is annoying. Unique ID. Unique ID. Unique ID. Unique. Goodness, dude. Just make sure GUI. Good. Wait. Oh, those weren't, okay. Desk GUI? Sure. Yes. Oh my days. Awesome. I think the capacity bugged out. what I tried to do didn't work. And we're at probably the same lines, aren't we? Let's see. Let's self.log. I think that's what's happening. And if it is, then I'm switching over. I understand it enough now that I'm just gonna switch over to the existing implementation. This was kind of like the main feature I wanted to change, but if it's breaking like this, then is there another way we can do capacity? Oh, yes there is. Instead of being a complete psycho, we can look at our members table, right? Every time so let's look when our members were appending. So if we just look up size of array in Python, nope, not in C, I wish. Yeah, it's just len. All right, so we can have a quick function called def get member count. It'll be self. Return self dot or len of self dot members table. I'm worried. Wait. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. What is happening? It's all the same. Okay. So get member count. Here, instead of capacity, we'll do self dot get member count. And then if this is 0, if this is 0, we'll get first. If this is 1, yes. Yep, we can. Yep, we can just do this. Let's please see a difference. Of course it's 0. I think we got to where we want to be, and I'm worried the child networks table is, I think it's going to be a doozy. Where are we adding to our child networks table? Let me add what we have here. But obviously the big issue is that commit -m extended clusters routing child net table bugged. So my thinking is, obviously this is buggy behavior. I kind of can't fathom what's happening here, so I'm gonna add it to here. Multiple chains of clusters form, but the child net table starts breaking. Okay, this is tough. Because when are we appending? I think we have some bugged logic in populating our child networks table. But, hey, at least we have some depth routing. That's a win. That's a win. And with that, I'm gonna close it. Because it is too tired, or it is too late and I am wiped. So, I will post hopefully tomorrow on C++, and then work on this in school. I think that's the plan. Alright, I'll see ya.